wrestling buddies want to be your buddies.
What's going on?
Hey, buddy. Buddy!
You got me mad now.
Another week has come and gone, which means another show is right here, no matter where you're listening throughout the entire universe. We welcome you to the Wrestling Compadres Slamcast, y'all.
Come on, get into it.
Oh, we're going to get into it right now. And we're squad down a little bit this week, but that's okay.
Oh, so many injuries.
So many injuries.
Be careful around the plant.
Yeah, once again, we're not going to ruin any decor. We're here. We're going to obey all the laws of not messing with plants.
And that can cause injuries.
You certainly can.
Yeah, it's wet from watering it.
Uh-huh.
Loose soil could get everywhere.
Depending on what kind of plant you have, it could be spiky.
Yeah.
A cacti.
Sure could.
Which are plural.
It could be a fake plant, and you go in to sniff it, and you get no scent, and you go in further, boom, poke an eye out.
There it is. You poke your eye out on a plant that you thought was real.
Yeah.
It happens.
Kayfabe plants.
Kayfabe those plants. What's up, everybody? Big show for you this week. Not only do we have... No, not the Big Show.
Oh, okay.
The Big Show. No, not him.
Not the Big Show.
He would be great, though.
He would be.
We have
but
two
we have
guests.
something you could argue.
Yeah.
Even better.
We do have a pretty big show. We have two guests. Not only do we have my good friend and a friend to us all, the great Jervis Cottonbelly from Championship Wrestling from Hollywood in just a few minutes. We also have the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt. We sat down with him at WrestleMania. What an amazing human being this guy is.
Yeah. That guy blew me away in person.
Just the coolest. And, we unfortunately do have a bit of an injury to report that we don't know what exactly is going on, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But we're very happy.
Show?
No, not the Big Show.
Oh, okay.
It involves Bray, but we'll talk about it on the show. Let's get right into the intros. We are at Wrestling Buds on Twitter, of course. We're right here on AfterBuzz TV. If you're listening, thank you. If you're watching, thank you. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/WrestlingBuds. I am at Jay Quasto. That gentleman right there, he is the pride of... Well, actually, you were the pride of Texas. You grew up... You were born there.
I was born there.
You were born there.
Yeah, I was born in Dallas.
He's the host of Curtain Jerks and, of course, 16 Bits Podcast. You can find him on Twitter at Curtain Jerks. That's because he's Curtain Jerks, and he's Scott Narver.
Scott Narver, he's Scott Narver. Curtain Jerk Compadre, he's always there to save the day. Scott Narver, he's Scott Narver.
Just you and I for the first time in history.
Yeah, and that's something that was said a long time ago, back in wrestling history, around SummerSlam 2005, just a little bit before that.
Yeah.
Because that's what Hulk Hogan said to Brooke Hogan when she, of course, wrote my song back then, before everything happened.
You're trying to tell me that was Brooke Hogan that just sang your song?
Right. That was Brooke Hogan.
You sure?
I am totally sure. Now, sometimes when you get, when you hear your voice in your own head, and you go like, that's what I sound like, and then you talk in a microphone, and then you hear it back, and you go, well, that's weird. That doesn't sound like me.
Yeah, no, because that sounded like a man that was singing your song just now.
Yeah, and that's what Brooke used to sound like. She sounded like a guy, and then everybody broke it down like, whoa, you sound a little masculine when you sing.
Then she got in the studio with Paul Wow, and all of a sudden her voice changed.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
You have to refine it. I mean, that was in her early stages right there.
Yeah.
Hogan knows best, Johnny.
Oh my God, I'm not sure.
Hogan knows best.
I'm having a hard... Are you sure it was Brooke Hogan?
I am 100%.
All right, well, I didn't mean to question you.
My bad.
All right.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. Chuck Rice, he's not here this week. To be honest, I don't know where he is. I really have no idea.
Insert joke I'm not allowed to make.
I know he's not here, but you can find him on Twitter at crice17.
He's a man.
The search for Chuck is on. Can you find Chuck? Tweet us your Chuck findings.
I have not searched yet. He said he wasn't going to be here, and look, I'm not going to pry. I was okay, cool.
Okay.
So I don't know what he's up to. You know what else?
Personal matters.
Yeah.
Personal matters. Business affairs.
Not Family Matters, the beloved sitcom from the early 90s.
No, which will, I'm sure, make a return on Netflix very soon. Family Mattering More.
I was going to say, what would be the name for it? Well, at least Fuller House had a very clever, I guess DJ's last name is now Fuller. So that's Wordplay.
All right.
Yep.
That's weird.
Yep. There was a wrestling episode. She got in the ring.
What?
Yeah, she went to a luchador match.
What? Mm-hmm. What wrestlers
I think you should
are in
probably
it?
tune into episode 7. I don't know what episode it is, but it's one of those.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And Dale, here's the deal. I think Dale told me he wasn't going to be here this week. Here's the thing.
Dale didn't tell me nothing.
Dale went
Chuck didn't tell me nothing.
Look.
I'm on the outskirts of this show.
No, you're not. Stop it. You're not. Here's the thing. Well, first off, follow Dale Rutledge on Twitter at TheWalkingDale.
I got a puppy. I got a puppy? Bad news.
I do know he was in Mexico this weekend. The land down under.
Yeah. Puerto Rico.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Mexico, Puerto Rico.
The land, yep, they're below us. The land down under.
He's
so.
sniffing flowers and
The hibiscus flowers.
Yeah, and looking at the beaches.
Now the question is,
Down under.
What's his neighbor doing when Dale's in Mexico?
Getting his mail, probably.
Do you think he's opening the mail? He seems like Dale.
I'm just gonna steam it a little bit to make sure there's no summons.
Just want to make sure you don't have anthrax coming to you in the mail.
Yeah, I'm gonna taste all your mail.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's 2001 and maybe anthrax is an issue. I don't know.
General Colin Powell told me to give a lookout.
Yes.
He never said stop.
Him and Condoleezza Rice. They both said you got to be careful with the mail, Dale, so I'm going to watch this mail for you.
I'm gonna make a specialty colon rice bowl.
A colon rice bowl, you know, it has a lot of dietary fiber.
Keeps you regular.
Yeah, so I guess Dale's in Mexico. We think.
Mexico, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Mexico,
Down
Puerto
under.
Rico. Exactly. So he is not here, so it's just us two musketeers, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, you know what did happen? Well, it's going to be happening this weekend.
Well, wait a second. You had mentioned before this. You mentioned the Facebook page.
I did.
You know, and you got to mention that's the only place where you can see the video.
Yep.
Of these interviews that we've been having as of late.
That's
these
true.
WrestleMania interviews.
We had a video up with New Day, which was just hilarious. Bray Wyatt, which you're going to hear today, and Sasha Banks.
Yes.
We also have more interviews that we will upload the videos to our Facebook page as we go along, but we just want to do a little fun WrestleMania weekend activity by putting those videos up there for you, and people seem to like them.
Yeah. Will one of them punch us in one of these videos? You got to stay tuned. You got to like the page and find out.
You got to stay tuned.
Yeah.
So, so we already mentioned last week, Coastline Class for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood was just so fun. And now, even more great news has happened this past week for us. We are now officially on the Fight TV app.
Whoa.
Yeah, the Fight TV app. A lot of you listen to Jim Ross. That's the app that he's invested in, and
that and the Burger King app.
That and the Burger King app. Yes,
he's hugely invested in that.
I'll give him credit. I don't know if I can do a 3-minute Burger King ad, but he finds a way to do it. It's really impressive.
Yeah, he does.
You know? But yeah, so the Fight TV app, it's really cool, man. It's free. Download it, FITEapp.com, and you can watch all different types of combat sports. And so we got on there this past week, and the feedback has been phenomenal, and it's been really fun.
I was looking into it some because I'm gonna get it this week. Believe it's on iTunes as well as also basically a free channel, and then you subscribe to Fight TV. So if you're like, oh well, I got iTunes, I don't really know how to do it. It's on iTunes.
It's pretty great, and it's very exciting. And also, at Coastline Clash, we had a huge match, a colossal match, and a couple of titles change hands, which is why I wanted to have my good friend, a friend to us all, as a special guest on the show today. You can find him on Twitter at Gentleman Jervis. He is the world's sweetest man, and now one half of the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood Heritage Tag Team Champions, one half of the United Tag Team Champions, I should say. He is Jervis Cottonbelly. Hello, sir.
Boo! Roar! Scare! And snarl!
You're already being aggressive, Jervis. How you doing, man?
Ooh, sorry. Sometimes I like coming in the door, all systems go, if you know what I mean.
Look, I love the fact that you're all systems go. Now that you're one half of the United Tag Team Champions, I think you have to always be ready.
Oh, yes, indeed. You know, my good friend and tag team partner, Hobo, has taught me that if you're not constantly on your toes, someone might push you down onto your, excuse my language, bum.
You know what? I think we can get away with that.
I think we have to bleep that.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
So, Jervis, let's talk about...
Sorry.
No, hey, look, don't ever apologize
It's all
to
right.
us.
Ratings go up with the bleeps.
Yeah, he is the world's sweetest man.
Ooh.
If you got to shoot, Jervis, it's okay. If you got to shoot.
What? Well, I say, I've been recently replacing foul language with kitchen spices in snacks.
Oh.
So if you hear me exclaim Fig Newtons, then you know my ire has been drawn.
Wow. Okay. That's good to know. Let's try and get him riled up then a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Let's do that. So.
Don't get me too riled up, or I'll faint.
Oh, I know. You have been prone to fainting. Let's talk about, the Hobo has been a great influence for you. He's our former Heritage Champion as well. Very good friend of the show. But you guys became the Friendship Express, a tag team that no one ever thought would happen. And in a short matter of time, you guys took, Championship Wrestling by storm, and you went up against Cold Cold World, the two biggest behemoths that we have. How did you pull this off?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. Hobo believed in me. And when true friends believe in each other, they can lift each other to heights never before reached. And that's what we did. Is we lent each other our support and our love and our friendship. And I helped him clean up a few things, even though he recently gave a wet willy in one of our matches.
I did see that.
And I shaked my finger at him good.
You didn't like that? I thought it was a pretty good move.
You frown upon a wet willy? Is that just bad sportsmanship?
Wet willy is so uncouth and unkind. So I had to teach him that wet willies aren't exactly the most couth thing in the world, and he taught me that fainting isn't the most wrestling-like thing in the world. So sometimes when I am about to faint, I know that Hobo will be right behind me to catch me and propel me back into the match.
Yeah, it's called a trust fall.
Exactly. And that's what our team is built on, trust.
Well, of course, I saw in a recent match, obviously I was calling the match, so I got to be, have a bird's eye view of it. You actually were falling back against the ropes, and the Hobo was kind enough to shove you into the opponent, to which knocked him down.
Yes, indeed. And I was able to charge up a mighty forearm instead of falling on my back.
Ooh, okay.
That's momentum right there.
Notice I didn't say the B word.
That's okay. I mean, what spice would you use, or what kitchen item would you think?
I didn't fall on my bundt cake.
See? That's a delicious way to fall.
That is a delicious way to fall.
If you ask me. So,
now,
Jervis,
I'm worried, could some construe that as double teaming? If you're falling in and there's not a proper tag, and then Hobo's pushing you back into the match, what would you say to that?
Well, if Hobo is still holding on to the tag rope, it actually can be counted as a tag.
Oh, so it's all fair. It is all fair.
Yes, there's a fair way to do everything, really. And I think that's another thing that's very important about the Friendship Express is that we figured out how to win the championships without cheating or stooping to the level of Caesar Black in his Cold Cold World.
And it's amazing that you have done that, because Cold Cold World had a huge miscommunication, which helped lead to your tag team title win. And now it's almost perfect, because we're on the Fight TV app. So now people can watch all over the world for free on the Fight TV app. They can be caught up with everything Championship Wrestling. And I think, who better than the Hobo and Jervis Cottonbelly to be our United Tag Team Champions going into our relationship with Fight TV?
Yes, I'm very excited about the opportunity at working with Fight TV, and I've already used the app, and it's working lovely. I've been able to watch my matches in high definition and study my shortcomings and also find room for improvement. So I urge you, if you're listening, please download the Fight TV app. That's FITE TV. And you can find that on the App Store.
Of course you can. And what's the plan now for Jervis Cottonbelly? I mean, you were one half the United Tag Team Champions. You and the Hobo, we have a lot of great tag teams. We have Los Primos Rivera. Cold Cold World are still going to have a lot to say about it. Vermin, they're always creeping in the background. Any one of them can have a combination. So what's the plan?
Well, I'll tell you this. From what I understand, after speaking with Nico Marquez, that we're the United Wrestling Network Tag Team Champions.
Yes.
And, I say we've been on an undefeated streak at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, so I'd really like to continue that. But I'd also like to branch out and travel more and perhaps wrestle at the other United Wrestling Network sites so that Hobo and I can be traveling champions and friends.
That would be amazing. I mean, we have we have Gulak and Thatcher. We have the Reno Scum. There are so many good tag teams that are going to be vying for those titles. I mean, Jervis, I don't think there's going to be any room for fainting anytime soon.
Ooh, I forgot about Gulak and Thatcher and Reno Scum.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so intimidating.
Yes.
But, I think that with my friend Hobo in my corner, I can do anything.
I agree. And
Have you thought about packing some smelling salts? Maybe just to trim
Oh,
this?
heavens, no. Well, actually, you mean for me, not my opponent.
right, for you, yes.
No, don't want to wake up the opponents even more.
No.
No, well, I thought that would be a polite thing to do, but waking up myself might be a more clever thing to do. So
Of course.
I think that's a great idea. I think smelling salts moving forward would be something I should keep packaged away in my belly.
Well, you know what, Jervis? I will bring you some smelling salts to our taping this Sunday, April 24th in Port Hueneme at 3 p.m., which I imagine you're going to be there.
Oh, yes, this Sunday, April 24th, at 3 p.m. in Port Hueneme, I will be there with bells on.
I'll tell you what, I cannot wait to see you guys holding those tag titles. And also, everyone that's listening or watching this show right now needs to realize the Coastline Clash episodes are coming up very, very soon. So download the Fight TV app or watch us on KDOC from Los Angeles every single week, or on U2 America, or still on Patreon. So those episodes are coming up, which means they get to watch you guys win those tag titles and the huge celebration that ensues.
Oh, yes, it was one of the most proud moments of my career, and I would be honored if you would watch it and tweet me your feelings on the respective matter, because I was so very happy to finally be crowned champion, especially while standing next to someone who so thoroughly believed in me.
Absolutely. You, of course, find the Hobo on Twitter at True Hobo, and, of course, we could find Jervis Cottonbelly on Twitter at
Gentleman Jervis.
That's right.
Well, I'm immediately going to follow.
No doubt.
I am now a new fan, Jervis, and in lieu of smelling salts, because I don't know the price on those, but I hear if you crack open hobo sock, it's the exact same trick.
Yikes. See? I think he just fainted.
Did he faint?
I think he fainted.
Oh, no.
Scott.
His bill is going to go through the roof, his phone bill.
We got him riled up a little bit, and he fainted.
no.
He's working on it.
Oh, no.
Well, that's it for... Okay, well...
Oh...
There's Jervis. He fainted. But that was Jervis Cottonbelly, everyone. Follow him on Twitter at Gentleman Jervis. You got to love the guy. He's the world's sweetest man.
He's great. I am an immediate fan of this guy.
Incredibly
Where have you
talented.
been keeping him, Johnny?
I'm telling you, him and the Hobo are such an entertaining tag team. It's a pleasure to call their matches. And, the timing is perfect. They win the tag titles. We're on Fight TV. It's a beautiful, symbiotic relationship.
Oh, my God. The synergy is just running wild.
You know what else gives us synergy?
What?
The Slamcast news. That band. Doing it.
Yeah. They're union. They have to do it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not easy paying that SAG union rate.
No, it is not.
For a bunch of mice that play instruments, they're not easy to get.
No, no.
I tell you what.
Yeah, if they smell peanut butter or cheese anywhere else, they're gone.
Mm-hmm. And if they hear a loud noise, they also faint like Jervis.
Mm-hmm.
Not easy. Here's some news, guys. There's going to be a Total Divas spinoff called Total Bellas.
What?
Most people already know that, I guess.
I would have thought it would have been about Dale's neighbor.
That'd be an amazing
Total
spinoff.
Dale's neighbor.
I don't think Can E even reach out to him? He's a hard guy to get a hold of.
I mean, we're a conduit to wrestling stars of the world.
That's true.
They can come to us. They're aware of this show. We've done things.
We should follow Dale's neighbor around just with an iPhone.
Yeah.
See what happens.
I think that's stalking.
There you go.
I've learned that in the dating world.
It's called friendly following. #FF. That's what it is.
Well,
that's what it stands
for. See what
for.
the judge says.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, Total Bellas is happening. Stone Cold apparently had a torn rotator cuff at WrestleMania.
So he received it during his what happened at Mania, or he had it before?
I think he was having a bit of a shoulder issue, and then it acted up again while in the ring.
Oh, that's how much the League of Nations got him riled up.
Those damn Leagues of Nations.
Is that he was willing to tear that rotator cuff even more.
Yeah.
But for one of my favorite moments of all of WrestleMania.
It was, so much fun.
So thank you, Stone Cold, for having more injury.
I mean, we totally got into it.
Come on, get into it.
We did get into it. Here's another cool signing. Ring of Honor has inked a deal with the Fight Network out of Canada, and their episodes are going to be starting on April 26th. So just another way for people to see Ring of Honor.
So that's a different thing. We got Fight TV.
Yes.
Which is
FITE.
We're talking important scale. Fight TV is up here. Mm-hmm. We're talking up high. Mm-hmm. Highest thing it can be. Fight Network, it's a little bit lower.
It's out of Canada, but here's the thing. It allows anyone who lives in Canada, from what I understand, to watch Ring of Honor if they get the Fight Network.
Okay.
So that just gets Ring of Honor in more people's homes, and we like that.
Yeah. And when does maple syrup get involved?
Maple syrup, I would say once you reach if you watch the first episode,
Yes.
then you get hungry for the maple syrup, and then you add that into future episodes,
Is
like
it-
when you sit down.
But is it not delivered via the Fight Network, like a milkman that they have maple syrup men?
No, not all Canadians just get delivered syrup because no, I know.
I love Canada, but I don't understand. Just move on down here if that's not the case.
I don't understand it.
That's weird.
Couldn't tell you. Jesus. I guess the boogeyman's into
Sir, he loves maple syrup.
loves maple syrup.
Yeah, that helps the worms go down.
Well, of course. How else are you gonna swallow worms? You need maple syrup.
A spoonful of maple syrup helps the worms go down.
That's I believe Mary Poppins. That was the first.
It's Boogie Poppins.
Yeah, Boogie Poppins. That was.
Yeah, for his spin-off Broadway musical that he's working on.
I mean,
sorry, off Broadway.
I knew they stole that lyric from him back in the 50s or whenever that movie was. Here's the thing. TNA has been meeting with investors. It looks like a sale of the company may be imminent. I don't know what exactly is going to happen. They
Is that
say
where Chuck and Dale are?
they might be buying TNA.
Oh my God.
Although, judging by what Chuck usually says, I'm going to say he's not buying TNA.
Okay, fair point. But Dale is in Mexico, Puerto Rico, down under, striking up a deal to buy TNA.
And maybe his neighbor is the lawyer behind the deal.
Let's just call it boobs and butts.
Yeah.
Why are we skirting around the issue?
Look, why do we gotta call it TNA? Okay,
Yeah.
like let's just be out in the open about it, Dale.
Let's just call it waiters and boobs.
Yeah, like, people going to watch that.
Yeah, they'll watch it way sooner than TNA.
I mean, people are so gonna watch that. Let's just B&B.
Yeah.
Let's call it Airbnb, but the B&B doesn't stand for bed and breakfast.
Let's call it Banana Hammocks Television.
We got work to do.
Yeah, let's get down to this.
So they might be getting purchased, or just investors investing more into the product.
I don't know. It could be a complete sale, although I think they say Dixie still wants to like somehow be super involved.
Interesting.
Which, you know.
They're at an interesting point again. And I know people always make the joke like, oh, they're gone. Oh, they're going to fold. They've been going.
Look,
they have been going.
We hope this is great news because we want everyone to thrive. We want everyone to succeed. We want people to have jobs.
And there's been a lot of people that have left, and there's a lot of other people, hey, like a Jervis Cottonbelly, that would love that opportunity to be on television. Then that they get that notoriety of being on TV and more exposure. So
Yeah.
I hope it works out well.
So hopefully for them it's a good deal. Well, remains to be seen. And last but not least, Titus O'Neil's suspension is officially over.
Hey, let's shake hands on that.
See, that's how you shake a hand.
That's how you shake a hand. You don't pull somebody.
I mean, look, let's not judge. We don't know exactly what happened.
You're right. No one knows exactly what happened.
We have
does
no
Titus
idea.
O'Neil know exactly what happened? I submit he does not.
Probably not. So hey, he's back. I guess we don't know when he's coming back to television. And also,
He should be a social outcast.
That's not a bad idea.
You know?
Well, now that Adam Rose is going to be apparently gone for.
What happened?
Him and Connor were suspended. So, and that's public knowledge. So we're not like breaking anything no one knows. But yeah, they were.
Wellness policy?
Yes. So whatever it was, we wish them well, and we hope that the 60 days go by quick for them, and we hope to see them again soon enough.
Hey, it's party time all the time.
Apparently. Slamcast News. All right, guys. Speaking of combat sports, like we did with Fight TV,
Yes.
if you're an MMA fan, let's listen up, all right?
I am.
Well,
I'm listening.
There you go. The only thing more exciting than MMA is being a part of the action yourself.
Oh, no. I got to fight?
You're not fighting in the octagon.
Oh, good. So I
Yeah.
can be like CM Punk.
Oh,
I'm ready to fight, but I'm not going to fight.
you said
I'm
it.
kidding. I love you, CM Punk. I
yeah,
love
yeah.
you.
And
Don't
you-
block me and beat me up.
There is one-day fantasy on every major fight card at DraftKings.com. DraftKings is the destination for one-day fantasy sports. Here's what you do. You pick 5 fighters. You pile up points for strikes, takedowns, knockdowns, and more. You outscore your competition. You could be crowned fantasy MMA champion.
I can be crowned?
Yeah.
Oh, just by my guesses and my intellect and knowing what I think is going to be the case.
The tiara you always wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a sash.
And a sash that says DraftKings champion.
Suck at CM Punk.
There you go. Square off against friends at a custom league or join an existing one. And here's the deal. You already know the fighters. You know the matches if you like MMA. So it's time to put that knowledge to the test. Almost like you're a GM, if you will, general manager.
Yeah.
It's real easy. Go to DraftKings.com right now. Use the promo code TAPOUT. One word, TAPOUT. And play for free right now at DraftKings.com. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings.
USA! USA!
All right, Scotty. Let's get into some stuff.
Okay,
All right.
let's do it.
A lot going on everywhere, whether it's WWE, NXT, Impact, Lucha. Let's do our best to collect all our thoughts into a microphone
Okay,
and have it make sense.
cover the gamut. Oh, I got to make sense? No,
Yeah.
sorry, everybody. That's not going to happen.
That means it's on, y'all!
The Miz is on, y'all.
So Gallows and Anderson attack Roman Reigns and AJ claims innocence. I really dug it.
yeah, that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Because like any wrestling fan, I'm sure at first when you see AJ getting interviewed in the back and then they come in and you're like, you hot-shotted it. You did it too fast. They're all interacting already.
Yeah, right?
But then there's more. There's more intrigue. Stuff plays out. They go and attack Roman Reigns in the ring, give him a promo, like with him and AJ facing off, and then they beat him down. And AJ just looks kind of like,
Like, wait a minute. Oh, these guys. Oh, I said I just got here. Behave yourselves.
This has elements of the storyline we're just talking about, Punk. The feud that I really like that unraveled and didn't pay off great ultimately with CM Punk, Triple H, and Kevin Nash. Do you remember that?
Wow, I do. And Nash did not really enjoy himself.
But I was so excited for that feud because it had elements of reality to it, and it's Nash is on the side of Triple H, but then there was Laurinaitis getting involved. Like, there were elements of realism to it, and it was really fun, but it all just crumbled. I think Nash got ultimately injured, and then there was the one match with Punk and Triple H that just didn't go anywhere.
That, and I just feel like I don't think Nash enjoyed being involved. I think once he realized that he was not going to hang on the microphone, I think he kind of got became a bit of a spoil sport. That's what it seemed like on TV, at least.
Could be.
But who knows?
But this has a lot of those same elements. It's like, all right, these guys were running together in Japan. They were in a group, which they're acknowledging as much as they do.
Yeah, they did.
And they're acknowledging AJ was a champion as much as they will. And people are hating on Reigns and just throwing this all together. I like it that they're not treating us like idiots. That they're acknowledging, like, yeah, we know that they've been together, so we're going to do that. We're going to do it on screen.
Well, I think a lot of it's about respect. Everybody respects New Japan Pro Wrestling, and New Japan Pro Wrestling has been incredibly respectful to all the guys who have left to go to WWE. So I think it's just a mutual thing. Like, yeah, let's mention it, how... Because it is an honor to wrestle for New Japan Pro Wrestling. It is an honor to be a champion. It is an honor to have fame over there. So why not mention it? It makes everyone look that much better, and it gives us a backstory. Like, oh yeah, these guys are best friends, and now these guys have shown up, and in 2 weeks they've beaten up the Usos, and then now have beaten up Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Adding to the credibility, because when you just have the umbrella of there's only WWE... and then there's NXT, it's just not enough. Guys come from somewhere.
Yes.
So acknowledge they come from somewhere. You don't always have to mention where exactly and what all happened, but to say that there are other places and they were the best there and now they're here, which is the best company.
And it's great, too, because, that global cruiserweight tournament's coming up, and they already announced there's going to be a trial match, not a trial match, but... I think a fatal four-way or something to where the winner will be entered, and that's an Evolve event.
So basically, like a last participant sort
something
of match,
like that.
the
Yeah,
last
so
contendership spot.
It's really cool. Like Evolve, I guess, has a great relationship with them too. So it's really it's good to see.
Yeah,
because it's better for everyone.
Exactly, it's better for everyone, and I think they're doing something interesting with this story.
Where do you? Yeah, I mean, people have already had their thoughts on what should happen. I mean, let's be honest. Roman Reigns, these boos are not. They're not quitting anytime soon, are they?
No, it's I'm trying to do a little Jesse Ventura conspiracies here and there, and going like, well,
you got to do it in a Jesse voice.
Well, okay, here's the thing about it. Roman Reigns isn't coming down from the people anymore. He's coming through the ramp.
Got it,
So
Jesse.
he's not with anybody anymore.
Well, no, right. He's by himself. He's one versus all.
Yeah, one versus all, like the Illuminati.
No, the Illuminati's like technically 11 or 12 versus
Roman Reigns is the Illuminati.
But he can't really be the Illuminati because we know who he is.
Look into the eye. The eye's in the fist, and the fist is the almighty dollar of the WWE.
Okay, that actually is a pretty good argument.
See, and that's what Jesse Ventura would say.
Okay. That's I have not heard that theory.
Well, see, so he is separating himself more and more. He is being standoffish. There might be something to it where they might be. He might be like a John Cena, where it's, look, if you're mixed, you're mixed. Either way, you're buying tickets and you're showing up to the show, so you can boo him all you want.
I really would like to see him make a drastic move somewhere.
But think about this, though. Let's question this.
Okay.
If Roman Reigns were to then be a full-on bad guy,
yes, sir.
Like, it's embraced, he does evil things, he's outright bad. What are these people that are constantly booing him?
Are they all of a sudden going to flip-flop?
Are they going to be happy that that's the case? Or are they just going to still boo him because he's a bad guy? Like, it's a weird world that we live in now.
Judging by how adult wrestling fans act, they will probably do a 180.
You think so? You think they'd really cheer and be happy?
Will they be happy? No. A lot of adult wrestling fans are never happy. But
thanks for listening, everybody.
But no, it's okay. Our fans are the best. But no, I feel like
guy's a good stand-up right here.
It just makes sense if he does turn heel. I feel like, and we've already said it before, to be an amazing babyface, sometimes you got to become a strong heel first. And yeah, Roman Reigns was a heel with the Shield, but he was also the least vocal. Just played everything pretty cool. Like, wasn't outwardly a overly a bad guy. Yes. Amongst the three of those guys. Like, bad by proxy, I guess is a way of putting it. Yeah. He was the enforcer. Either way, I like where this is going because Gallows and Anderson, we're not calling them anything right now, but they're completely unpredictable. We don't know which way they're going to go. AJ obviously was not necessarily happy with what happened. And that is just one storyline that we're excited for. And we had a bunch of matches now that are created for Payback. I got to tell you, I'm loving this card. Let's get into it right now. We already got Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho versus Dean Ambrose. Ambrose and Owens tore it down in the main event on Raw, and Zayn and Jericho also collectively ripped the roof down earlier in the match on Raw.
Way cool stuff. Yeah, this is really set to be a good card. And just one more point to Gallows and Anderson, they're putting those guys in the main event storyline right away. So people are taking notice. And all these are main event-esque matches, like with Jericho and Ambrose and with where's it on the paper? What happened?
What are you talking about?
The other matches, Jericho and Ambrose, and then Zayn and Owens.
There you go.
That these are main event matches that they don't even have to be done at one. This could go to SummerSlam, and they could escalate and still be amazing.
They're feuds between people that don't need a title. You have Zayn and KO. They have that backstory. You know, Zayn was injured. The story was never finished. And then you have Jericho and Ambrose, two of the best you can get on the microphone, two of the most unpredictable on the microphone, two of the most creative on the microphone, can constantly go back and forth. And Jericho, I called him Cranky Pops on the Raw After Show. He's so good at being Cranky Pops.
Yeah, I'm loving all the little details he does, all the little... if you go back and look at every time that Jericho wins, he has this pouty face after he wins, which just makes him that much scummier. Just this, like he's all pouty and sad, even after winning.
I know, it's great.
It's really great. And then on Raw, when he came down and didn't even speak right away, just upset and waits.
Told everyone to shut up. And then, tensions rise a little bit. And Ambrose wanted to make sure everyone respected a little something on the inside the ring.
Be careful around the plants.
Exactly.
Yes.
Don't you dare. All right? So those matches are happening.
But that's not all.
No, that's not all. There's so many things going on. Natalia is going to be taking on Charlotte for the women's title, but now Bret Hart is going to be in Natty's corner.
That's amazing.
Love that segment. And then, of course, Natty made Charlotte tap in the 8-women tag match. The 8-woman
Tag team match.
That's right. Holla.
Yeah, that was really great stuff.
Really fun match. Both 8-person tag matches really good on Raw.
Yeah, I'm really loving that Natalia's getting the spotlight and they're building up the division. I mean, I said it before last week that they're making so many contenders now. They're doing such a good job at establishing contenders and other contenders and people on the chase for their titles in their division, with the exception of the U.S. Championship. But other than that, it's great. Like, if there's one that takes a hit, fine. That means that they're doing all the other ones that well.
And have you noticed, too, the "We Want Sasha" chants have kind of dialed back a little bit because fans see Natty in the main event. They're like, oh yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, this too. This is all right. We know Sasha's there. She's got a long tenure. And I think in her, in a good way for her, like with Paige had it all in her first night.
Yep.
And it's like, where do you go from here? And that's so tough. And Sasha's got that chase. And people are always going to be on her side. Yeah, so does Becky.
You know, and I love the fact that, because I'll be honest, after WrestleMania, that amazing triple threat, I didn't see Natty jumping to the forefront. And she did, and I think people couldn't be happier. I mean, you look at the match they're going to have a payback with, you know, Brett in the corner and, of course, Ric Flair in Charlotte's corner. It's going to be not a replay, but, you know, memories back to NXT a couple of years ago. And I think Natty's been doing, it's like she's been waiting for this moment to finally be in the main event, and it's about time, and she's killing it.
Yeah, and it's, you know, like you said, the NXT match that had happened once before. Now you're doing it on an even bigger stage with more eyes on it, and it just is going to mean that much more.
I love it. Now, we may see another women's match at Payback. Let's hope we do.
Let's have it.
There's so much talent. Why not? Come on. I don't know, what would it be? What would the other women's match be right now in your mind at Payback? I mean, you got to get Becky and Sasha there. Naomi's phenomenal. Mm-hmm. I love Summer Rae. I think she's so underrated. I mean, every time she has a chance to do something that's entertaining in the ring, she'll do it. She plays that, like, awful cheerleader role so well. Like, the way she screams, you could hear. Like, the way she acts, she owns it.
It's annoying.
It's great.
It's annoying.
Yeah, Summer Rae doesn't get enough credit. When she has any moment she possibly can, she shines.
And I want to see more Alicia Fox. I think she's awesome. She does very different offense. She uses a lot of legs in submissions and kicks and stuff. I think there could be any other women's match, and the fans would be all about it, and there would be excitement for it.
Yeah, you're right. Alicia Fox, her moveset is very well. Her body structure is so different. Mm-hmm. I mean, her legs are, so.
They're the focal point. Like that's her strength.
It's like you're all legs.
I'm all legs.
Your moveset would probably be similar. Yeah, I think. You do a lot of head scissors. Your finisher would probably involve
the game strangler.
Yeah. Game. What would that?
Where I strangle you with my gams.
Boogeyman's on board with that.
Good. I'm glad.
As he should be.
He got to stop rehearsing for his show.
Well, you know, he's working on that maple syrup and worm combo. So that's exciting. And also, Miz and Maurice once again on point. Cesaro, more greatness on Miz TV, but it all culminated with.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Beautiful performance. This is after The Miz attempted to perform the famous quote from Taken. Liam Neeson.
Yes. That's hard to do.
Very hard to do.
Yeah.
It's even harder to make 9 Takens, and they've done it.
Yeah. And I've seen them all.
Have you?
Yeah.
I did not.
Oh, you're missing out.
I bet I am.
Yeah. That guy gets everything taken from him.
The first one was disturbing enough for me, and I was like, I don't need to see another
You got to be prepared, Johnny. What if things are taken from you? Look, 2 of our hosts have been taken.
I don't need things to be taken. I lose things as is.
Oh, so your movie series, Johnny LaQuasta, went losing.
Yeah, I lose things. I take things from myself without realizing it.
So you just shame yourself.
I do.
In the Liam Neeson speech.
Every morning I wake up and I shame myself.
Shame him! Shame!
That's what I do.
I will find you, and I will
shame you. See? We just wrote Taken 4.
Yeah.
Is there... Wait.
Taking it back.
Are there 3 so far?
Yeah, there's 3.
So, yeah, we just wrote Taken 4, Taken Back.
Yeah.
Taking it back?
Taking it back.
What's it?
Whatever it needs to be. It's a MacGuffin, Johnny.
Everything that's been taken. MacGuffin. Okay. I don't know what a MacGuffin is. I'm just going to yes-and it.
Okay.
What's a MacGuffin?
A MacGuffin is basically something that brings everybody together.
Oh.
It's a device. So like a
mother box. Yeah. Kind of brings people together.
Like the Maltese Falcon. Like everything happens in the Maltese Falcon. I know I'm going in the Wayback Machine. The listeners are like, huh?
Well, hey, look.
We're talking about Taken.
The Maltese Falcon, we saw it in the most recent Star Wars, did we not? Or I'm thinking of the Millennial Falcon.
Amazing.
That's what I was thinking. Whoops. Yeah, well.
You know, it's Monty Python and the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is the multi, like there's a thing that just brings everybody together. Like these series of events happen because of this. Actually, I think WrestleMania is kind of becoming that. Like it's own thing that it's everybody shows up for it because of the event itself.
I absolutely agree. I think WrestleMania is completely a MacGuffin.
Yeah,
if you will. By the way, if I found the Holy Grail, I would not tell everyone about it.
You don't.
No.
But I suspect you have because you're so young looking.
Look, it's
Isn't that pink water? Is that the Holy Grail right
it's
there?
face wash and moisturizer and amino acids. Wow. That's how I stay young.
Wow.
Yeah.
And enemas.
Well, let's not go. I don't want to give away my secrets. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Just don't you worry about what I do from noon to 2 p.m. every Thursday. Enzo and Cass, y'all. Okay, well that
was fortunate.
They weren't ready for that. Sorry guys, didn't mean to make you go to work so quick. We are going to get Enzo and Cass taking on the Vaudevillains for the #1 contendership at Payback because the Vaudevillains, they won both of their matches in the tag team tournament. And Enzo and Cass, they had some strong words for the Dudley Boys. I don't even know about the Dudley Boys, but they think the Dudleys are, which in Italian means basically phony and fake.
Oh, I thought it was a MacGuffin.
No, they're not. Well, I think the Dudleys kind of are MacGuffins because they bring people together.
I see.
But not according to Enzo and Cass.
Okay.
How about, this is great though. The two brand new tag teams in the main roster in the past 3 weeks have already been built up to the point where they're both going to fight for the #1 contendership at Payback. So New Day, I guess, just gets to chill.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, you know they're going to be doing something fun at Payback.
They should be.
But I kind of dig this. I thought the title match would be at Payback, but no. It's going to be the #1 contendership, which is great. Gives both these teams a pay-per-view right away.
Yeah, it puts them in the spotlight.
It allows them both to shine to where whoever comes out on top, great. But whoever doesn't is still going to look good.
Just not my choices. Not my choices.
Okay,
Not
give me your. I know you're not an Enzo and Cass fan. You're one of the few.
Yeah, and I've not made that. I mean, people on this show don't know.
You've
that
not
yet.
said. Well, look, it's only us two. You could be honest.
No, I know.
What about the Vaudevillains?
Not buying it.
Okay.
Like it's not hit for me yet. It's the NXT gimmick that are one notes that don't have any substance to them. Those don't do it for me. Mm-hmm. Like when Adam Rose came up, it's just like
that did not work.
All right, well, what else you got? It's like that's not enough for me most of the time.
I will say I don't think the Vaudevillains have been given ample opportunity to show more personality on the mic, which I don't think is their fault. I don't think Enzo and Cass are one note at all, though. They do have the
right. I just hate them.
Okay,
but listeners, let this be known because I'm sure there's a lot of you going like, what? Because everybody loves Enzo and Cass.
Sure,
which is great. Love them, embrace them, channel along with them. I don't. But I don't tell you that you're wrong for it.
Exactly. That's what I like about when you have an opinion, especially a strong opinion like this, you say it in a way that has thought behind it. Like there's probably a reason you don't like them. So feel free to,
If ever I had daughters, God forbid, they would go out with guys like that.
Okay.
And I'd be horrified.
Sure.
No, it's like any actor, any musician, any comedian that that you just have that it's all the wrong chord. Mm-hmm. It makes your skin crawl and you're like, no, I don't like them.
Oh,
People that go like, ooh, I hate Jim Carrey, ooh, I hate Will Ferrell. Something like that. Where
That's how it is with me and Cameron Diaz. I just can't take it.
See?
I don't like her. I don't like what she does.
And people be like, well, why? And you're like,
I don't know.
No, it's just, no. Every chord, everything about it, everything, I hate them. But I will be the ones there booing them. You can cheer, I will boo. I will make your cheers mean that much more.
Yeah. That's the beautiful thing about pro wrestling. It's subjective, and people can cheer who they want to cheer, boo who they want to boo. And I'm glad you finally, because I know anytime I mention Enzo and Cass, you get that little almost like a bubbling inside of you that I could tell something is making you uncomfortable.
I'm on a platform now, and I don't want people to ever think that I'm going to just bash them. If you ask me my opinion on them, I'll say they're hot garbage and I can't stand them. But that's just me talking. It's not me saying, hey, you should feel this way too.
And that's your opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you got it out, because now you're not going to... I don't want to...
butt would explode.
See, I was worried that was going to happen.
Yeah. I didn't want that to happen either.
No,
These are
neither.
nice cheers.
Yeah, so now it's not going to happen. No, I respect that opinion, and I'm sure we're going to have a few people on Twitter talk to you about it.
Yes, enjoy those guys.
Which is fine.
Yes, and that'll be my break to go order Chinese food.
Look, being an Italian myself, I love Enzo and Cass.
Mm-hmm.
I think Enzo's incredibly creative. Granted, he dresses like he stole clothes from the Neverland Ranch, but he makes it work.
Yeah.
And I like Cass.
Why don't you dress like that since you're a fellow Italian?
Here's the thing,
Aren't
dude.
you guys...
I don't have the body type for it.
Just stop it.
You
got a good body.
No, it's hard for me to make certain clothes work. And overalls and a red leather jacket, I don't think I'm at that point yet. But Cass, I like Big Cass too because for his size, the guy's incredibly athletic.
He's very athletic.
He's handles a good hot tag. And so I'm excited to see Vaudevillains and Enzo and Cass. I would like to see Vaudevillains get more of a shot, like you said, to be more than one note.
Yes.
Because they're both individually incredibly talented, charismatic guys.
Yeah, they all got something going on.
Yes.
Definitely. But, you know, listeners, I'll put it this way, listeners. I am SAWFT soft for Enzo and Cass. I am not HAWRD for Enzo and Cass.
Well said, Scott Narver. Well said. Should we move on to NXT?
Sure.
I think we pretty much covered everything because, of course, next week is going to be the go-home episode for Payback, so we're going to cover all the matches. But I'm excited. This card looks great.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Especially considering Gallows and Anderson are probably going to be involved. New Day is probably going to be doing something, and hopefully we'll get a second women's match. But there's a lot of intriguing stuff here. It looks like, Ziggler and Corbin are going to have something maybe. Let's see. The IC title is going to be on the line.
Yeah,
U.S.
probably.
title, no idea.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Kalisto had that big win that I still didn't watch it yet against Ryback at WrestleMania kickoff show.
He did.
So, I don't know. Clearly, something was going on with Kalisto, but there's so many other interesting things going on. It's hard to compete with that. It's tough for that guy.
Absolutely right. But I think the card looks really, really good. Like, great follow-up to WrestleMania. All right, NXT, here we go, y'all. Nakamura took out Ty Dillinger in his NXT television debut. Ty Dillinger, I think, wrestles everyone on their big debut, which is a coup to him because he is really great. And
was it the gatekeeper? Is that kind of what that's called?
Maybe.
Like when you're the guy to sort of test everybody out in the first go-around?
That's the Keymaster.
Ah, yes, the Keymaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick Moranis.
Right.
There you go. But I also like how Ty Dillinger has been allowed to show personality more. He's got the T-shirts, and that's a guy that has long deserved success. So that's pretty cool. And Nakamura, man, ain't nobody like him.
No, and that's awesome.
Yeah, and
nobody liked that guy.
I like his music.
I can't wait. I was really hoping this past year that it was going to be him and Cena at WrestleMania, but I think that would be such an amazing WrestleMania match.
Whoa,
to get those two total opposites in a program together.
Here's the thing, though. Nakamura is almost an opposite with everybody.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome.
I mean, that last match that him and AJ had at Wrestle Kingdom, good God almighty. Some of the kicks, I had to just turn away. I was like, there's no way he didn't just get concussed.
Yeah.
That's how good they are.
And that's what's pretty cool now is, for those who didn't know Nakamura in that earlier time, because there's so much wrestling to consume, that now, if you are exposed to him through NXT and you've seen him, go back, see some of these other matches. Go back and see that Wrestle Kingdom match with AJ Styles.
No doubt. It's going to be fun to see what storyline Nakamura gets into. I think it's going to be a little while, maybe like Asuka was, before he jumps right into a title fray. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Our buddy Austin Aries defeated Angelo Dawkins. This was technically his first NXT TV match.
Yeah, that's right, huh?
Yep. Angelo Dawkins, he's got something. Can't seem to string a couple of wins together, but
come on, coach, what's he got? What's my boy got?
I don't know.
Oh, but that's my son.
Yeah,
coach, please put him in the game.
Hey, he's there. I liked how Aries won though, the discus forearm. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, that's a good move.
It was. So Aries took out Angelo Dawkins. Alexa Bliss defeated Tessa Blanchard. This is interesting because Tessa Blanchard is Tully's daughter.
I swear WWE is just like contractually telling wrestlers to have children to then put in WWE.
I mean, when you grow up around it.
Yeah, it's great.
It could be, it's in the past it's been a positive and a negative for some people. Some people growing up in the business has been amazing. Hence, look at the Rotunda family.
Yes.
But then, so it hasn't always been great for everyone. But I like what I saw out of Tessa Blanchard, man. Really, really aggressive. She was good in the ring. Her and Alexa put on a good match. So I don't know if she's part of the roster, but good on her.
Yeah.
And I love Alexa Bliss. I think her and Emma have done amazing jobs at reinventing themselves. Now you see Emma, she's getting a rise on the main roster.
Emma on SmackDown
Took out Paige.
Oh my God, Emma blew me away.
Right?
Emma was great. And they gave her everything. She got the entrance. She got the talking head. She got a great win on Paige, where it wasn't a finishing move. It was just she took advantage of a moment and knocked her out, and boom, got a win. That was great.
Emma deserves a round of applause.
She does.
Because let's think about this. She comes to the main roster. They team her with Santino. We love Santino.
One note NXT thing.
It did not work. A lot of people will just get sad and depressed, and I'm sure she did.
Right.
But she went back down and said, you know what? I am going to reinvent myself. I am going to go back to the drawing board. Maybe not to the drawing board, 'cause she has been a heel in the past, but she's like, I am better than what I was on TV.
Yes.
I'm going to find a way to make this work. And holy cow, has she. She looks nothing like she did a year ago. Everything about it has changed.
Emo Emma.
It's so good, so aggressive, and now it's like when you see her walk to the ring, it's like that's a woman who knows that she's better than everybody else. And I love it.
And that's something to everyone's credit who basically makes it to the WWE. You know that you have to be good to get there. And then when we see people that go like, well, what's that? You just punch and you do one thing and that's it. There's nothing else going on. They got in the door. They have all the skills. It's sometimes they're just not maybe allowed to show it, or they can't under whatever circumstances, or they got to get better in that structure. And she did. And
also kudos to the entire coaching staff at NXT, who I'm sure were helpful in that. I mean, it's like you could take a lesson with that in anything. It's like just because you're at a certain point doesn't mean you can't get better and you can't stop being creative.
Yes.
And she did. And I'm glad you brought up SmackDown, because she has done such an amazing job, and I'm legitimately happy when I see Emma on the main roster. Now, a lot of people are upset that no one knows what's going on with Paige. I was so happy Emma won that match. I'm like, wow, that's a big step.
And Paige didn't look bad by any stretch of the imagination. It looked like Emma was just that much more vicious.
Yes.
So I'm hoping to see more out of that.
No doubt about that. I'd like to see Emma get into a title picture at some point. I mean, her and Charlotte wouldn't exactly work right now, but you never know.
You never know.
But yeah, Alexa Bliss, good on you. Tessa Blanchard, good stuff as well. My throat. Can you take this?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We got Bailey defeating Liv Morgan, daughter of Liv Tyler and Matt Morgan, from what I'm to understand.
Oh my! Wait.
You sure?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm just reading what I got here.
Okay, just checking.
My bad.
I like Liv Morgan. She's young, 21 years old, from New Jersey, and she already has a personality. And she's good in the ring. I mean, she obviously hasn't been training for that long, and they already have enough confidence in her to put her on TV. So
yeah, that's pretty crazy at 21.
And anyone from the East Coast, I'm gonna support you.
Yeah, they're your boys and gals.
That's right. Pennsylvania, Jersey, New York.
Who's the biggest Pennsylvania wrestling star?
Bruno Sammartino.
He's from Pennsylvania?
Oh, he's from Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
Him, Kurt Angle. There's another WWE Hall of Famer that dang it, that is also from near Pittsburgh, and it's escaping me. Feel free to let me know on Twitter.
Okay.
Oh no, Pennsylvania's a huge history of pro wrestling. The Wild Samoans had their training center 10 minutes from where I grew up. It's one of the many reasons I loved wrestling as a kid. It's like if you grew up in the Lehigh Valley, where I'm from, and any Pennsylvanians can attest to this, in all likelihood, you are going to be exposed to pro wrestling, and whether you like it or not is up to you. But I remember being my first event. I was like 5. I went to the Allentown Fairgrounds and I saw Junkyard Dog main event against Outlaw Ron Bass.
Man, who won?
Oh, JYD.
Oh, nice.
You got to send people home happy at a house show. Yeah. But yeah, so much history. I mean, The Rock graduated high school from Freedom, which is a neighboring high school of mine. Like I said, the Wild Samoans had their training center.
What was your high school?
Northampton High School.
What were you guys?
Oh boy, you're gonna love this. Our nickname was weird. We were the Concrete Kids.
The Concrete Kids?
Except concrete was spelled with K's.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm. There's always been... Here's the deal. Where I grew up, Northampton especially was one of the world's leading concrete producers back in the early 1900s. So I think we're the only high school that has that nickname in the world of the Concrete Kids. Why is it spelled with all K?
Put them in the concrete shoes!
Actually, our wrestling team, the finishing move is called the cement job.
Oh my God.
It's a certain move. Our wrestling team routinely, when I was in high school, was always like top in the country or pretty close. And there was some kind of weird hold/finishing move that would go into a pin that was called the cement job.
Oh my God, someone needs to get this move.
Yeah.
It's cement job.
Yeah. Now, the Concrete Kid being spelled in all K's, there's always been a long time rumor.
Yeah, that's 3 K's.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I don't know. Look. Pennsylvania doesn't have the greatest history in the world. I mean, at least we were part of the North.
Sure.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I grew up. A lot of other people, Billy Kidman grew up.
Is he a Concrete Kid?
No, he went to Parkland.
Oh, okay.
The Nasty Boys are from the town next to me, Whitehall, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
So
we need a lady coming out of Pennsylvania here soon to rock the wrestling world.
I'm sure there are, and I just can't think of any offhand.
Okay.
But we should Google best pro wrestlers to come from Pennsylvania. There's a long list.
Oh, speaking of Pennsylvania, something that we didn't get in the Slamcast news that had happened this past week. Balls Mahoney passed away.
Yes.
Rest
in peace, Balls.
Yeah, ECW, they are out in Philly and doing all that there.
That's
did you
a
ever
good
get a chance to see Balls Mahoney live?
No, I did not.
Did I? But I when I first started watching ECW, he was one of the guys I was first exposed to. Like, he was on one of those best of DVDs. And I was enamored with that guy. Like, just the fact that everybody was chanting Balls along with all
So was
the
everyone
moves.
else. I mean, all the people that have been giving their favorite stories, interacting with Balls Mahoney, they're all just great memories. And it's a shame. I mean, 44 years old is just way too young.
Yeah.
But
I hope that guy lived a couple of lifetimes because...
Well, you've seen him in the ring. He did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that it was a great life because I have a lot of great memories of watching him. And so, yeah.
Actually, a good buddy of mine... Actually, he's the guy that made some of the music for the show. Our friend Jake Lloyd, Liquid Jake. He trained to be a wrestler in New York, and Balls was one of his coaches.
Really?
Yeah. Back during it was about 2001-ish, right when ECW was on the ropes, Balls was working with different feds in New York, and Jake started training there, and he told me a couple of really good Balls stories. And because Jake's a little wiry guy, and so him being trained by Balls was, interesting to say the least.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously, rest in peace, Balls Mahoney. It's a damn shame, but a lot of people are giving great memories of him. So that's a nice tribute.
Yeah, go back and check out some Balls Mahoney.
Absolutely. We're talking about the Vaudevillains. They were upset by Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, which I think is pretty cool.
You get their eye on another prize, and they're not focusing.
Yes, they do. And Johnny Wrestling and Tommaso, they're fantastic, and I'm glad to see them thriving, which is great. Been a big fan of them. One of the best matches I ever got a chance to call was actually Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole a couple years ago. Oh. It was the finals of the Wrestling Cares Association tournament, and oh my God, that match was so fast.
Could you keep up?
Nope. The lighting was good, though.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So JR would approve. JR, put it on the Fight Network.
He liked the
Grab
lighting.
yourself a Burger King sandwich.
For all I know is they might put those matches on the Fight. I don't know. I know they put them on DVD.
Nice.
But wow. That was fun to call.
What wow.
What wow. All right, should we move on to Impact?
Yeah.
Well, the Hardys were getting into it.
The creatures chant Hardy for a reason, Matt. It's everything we've accomplished in this ring. It's everything we've done together. Get it through your thick head, man.
Matt
I
ain't
don't
listening.
care about them. Their opinion is irrelevant to my success in what I do in this ring or what I do in my career. I want you to be done with that name. I want to match with you. I want to beat you. I want to hurt you. And I'm going to show the world that there's only one Hardy. I am the essence of the name Hardy. The only real Hardy is me, Matt Hardy.
Yeah. His forehead was about to explode by the end of that.
I'm loving it.
Yeah. I know Dale's not here to love the Matt Hardy talk, but yo, Matt Hardy has so much embraced this version of Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, he is a nut job.
Yeah. And it's so great. Yo, how about Maxwell? with his little matching suit.
Dude, Maxwell,
Are you kidding me?
Maxwell can't stand for any of this Jeff Hardy nonsense. The Hardy name has to stay.
Did you see
in
the
that
look
household.
of disgust on Maxwell's face?
Yeah, Maxwell's killing it right now.
How is he so calm?
Because he's a performer, Johnny.
I know.
He's a
Look.
natural. He is a Hardy.
I know. He is a natural.
Yeah.
He already knows how to do a swanton, for God's sake.
Yeah, he does. He knows how to do a twist of fate.
Yeah.
He knows how to stitch clothing. He made his own suit.
He's already wearing the baggy jeans in the ring. He wore the suit this past week, but
He's teaching Tyrus how to be more agile.
True. Yeah. He's actually training Tyrus. But I love this. So basically, they challenge each other to a match next week. Matt Hardy wants an I Quit match. Jeff Hardy wants Full Metal Mayhem, which was going to be decided in the main event. And what happens is Matt Hardy and Tyrus defeated Jeff Hardy and Drew Galloway. Of course, Matt Hardy uses that damn hammer from the baby bag. From Maxwell's baby bag. And that is how Matt Hardy wins the match. So it's going to be an I Quit match.
Maxwell's living on the road. Times are tough. It's like old school days, and you got the Blanchard kids out there, you got the Flair kids out there. You don't know who you're going to run into in the airport, and they're going to try and Shanghai him. He's got to carry around that hammer.
That's true.
I don't blame Maxwell one bit.
Plus, you never know when the baby bag might need some upkeep.
That's right.
So there you go. So after the match, Lashley comes in and just spears everybody. Just destroys everyone in the ring and holds that title.
He's a destroyer, that guy.
Yeah, he is the destroyer. So that tells me we're, obviously Lashley and Drew Galloway might be having something.
Yeah, there's something going on between those two guys for sure. So that's pretty exciting. Something that I was way excited for.
Go for it.
Al Snow.
I'm going to give Al Snow a round of applause.
Oh my God, this guy. To plug my own show a little bit, Curtain Jerks, we released our best of interviews, volume 1. And I was going back and listening to some of the interviews we did. And a year ago, we talked to Al Snow.
All right.
And just he had done the moderating between Eric Bischoff and Bruce Pritchard's Monday Night War show. So he was at that show and talking, and seeing how good he is at basically wrangling a show and getting all sides and talking about stuff, and just hearing him talk, like just getting to talk candidly with the man, and then reminding myself before this happened, going like, yeah, man, this guy really was in that era of there are so many talented guys, but he was looked at lesser than because it was in the hardcore opening stuff.
Yep.
But he was so good. There were just so many other guys that were great as well. And then seeing this side of him come out on Impact, of he's there with He-Man She-Ra, and then
he beat up Grado the previous week, and it was a little confusing. I'm like, what's he doing beating these guys up?
Yeah.
Well, he finally let it be known this past week, and he basically just said, he's like, I had to pay my dues. Everyone had to pay their dues. I don't like these young guys coming in. He calls Grado a fat turd, I believe.
Yeah.
Just really good stuff. Just completely losing his temper.
He's in the best shape he's ever been in.
I talked to him a few weeks ago at WrestleCon. The guy looks great.
Yeah, he's got the haircut, and he looks like he could be a main event player right now without question. And him breaking Grado's arm and just beating the hell out of those guys.
And I think he challenged She-Ra to a match.
Yeah, it was intense. If you have not watched Impact this week, if you have not seen these segments, go check it out on YouTube, whatever you have to do. Like, Al Snow brings the fire.
I also like what She-Ra did. When he first got in the ring, he got right in Al Snow's face, and we haven't heard him talk a whole lot, and I really like the fire behind what he said.
Yeah, and they played it off. And Al Snow, to his credit too, like, played it off like, no, we're cool. And that turn moment didn't come when you expected it to.
No.
Where it's like, oh, he's going to turn on him here. Oh.
Nope.
Put down the microphone, hug. All right, walking down the ring. Okay. Got him by the stairs.
Yes, that's when you should always get someone by the stairs.
That was really cool. Like, I really got into that.
Well, Al Snow is such a great performer, but he's also just an incredibly intelligent wrestling mind. I mean, he's like he said, he's like, I've paid my bills 34 years in the business, and he has. And what a great asset to have, a guy that not only is good behind the camera, but all of a sudden, oh, you want to put him in a storyline? There you go. Just press play, and he's going to be great.
He made Tough Enough so vital and so important.
I remember
back in the day.
Just what's the word I'm looking for? not the tenacity, but he really made it intense when it
Yeah.
came to decision time.
Yeah, it put a lot of emphasis on it. Really cared, genuinely cared
and he
about
does.
who was involved and who was going forward and who wasn't. And he kept referring to them as his kids, which just meant the world to him. And so I know that he really cares about wrestling.
And he's incredibly respectful. Like when I got to meet him in person finally. We've been corresponding via email back and forth about possibly doing a Middle East tour, and just nothing but respect and just nothing but, I've always been a fan of it. But then meeting him in person, I'm like, this guy is he's great.
And funny. But right now on Impact, he's not being funny.
Nope, he could do it all.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see more of that. And I think it's going to be good for Shira in the long run as well.
Yeah, that is good stuff.
So Beer Money retained their tag titles, which, I don't know who they're going to lose them to, because we know Rude is flew the coop. But they hung on
Yeah.
in a 4-way tag match, which was a lot of fun.
Hey, maybe Rude just went and brought eyes on the show. You don't know. Maybe he was handing out flyers.
I don't know about that. Maybe.
Hey, come on, check out Impact. Beer,
that could have been
money.
That could have been what he was doing.
Could have
You're
been.
right. Yeah.
Sometimes those guys go to those shows and they pay for the events.
Okay. I've never seen that, but I'm not gonna.
Could happen.
Yeah.
Could happen.
It's possible. So yeah, they retain those tag titles. DJZ upset Trevor Lee. I also think it's cool seeing obviously our boy Shane on TV. He attacked DJZ afterwards. Also great to see DJZ, kind of a bit of a new look for him, and he's always been great in the ring. And Jay defeated Madison Rayne to defend that Knockouts title. The Knockouts division in a bit of a state of flux. Probably the most I don't want to say unpredictable, but the most unsure that we've seen the Knockouts division in quite some time. It's a little bit down on numbers.
Yes.
Less than we're used to. And, there's been some changes. So.
I think I said this previously before, too. The Knockouts division overshadowed WWE's women's division for so long.
Yes.
And was the far better women's wrestling amongst the two. And the tide has turned.
Yeah.
And this puts them in that spot where, like, well, now you got to step up your game here, because they had it. They were reigning supreme. And Billy Corgan came out and gave a awkward promo to address it.
Does Billy Corgan know that he dresses like a drunk dad who just got home from work? I mean, just pull the pants up a little, right?
And he speaks like a guy who, like a businessman who has cocaine in his glove box when being pulled over for his taillight being out.
But he'll be damned if he's not going to sell you that vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, just come on ahead. I mean, if you're the women's division, why not just step it up? We'll have it later if you want.
Will you stop?
Yeah. That's Billy.
Yeah.
But it's always good to see him.
It is good to see him. I just don't think that Billy Corgan TNA character is there yet.
It's not. It's Billy Corgan. Hall of Famer. And just in a different aspect.
But hey, man, you're in the wrestling world. You gotta turn it up to 10. Something's got to be up to 10. It can't be a muttering 3.
Yeah, right now we got Billy at a 3.
Yeah. Come on, Billy.
That remains to be seen if it ups to a 4 or 5.
You got the job. Like, if you're going to be on camera, do it.
Let's hope for the best. Lucha Underground, wow, what a trios match we had. Rey Mysterio, Dragon Azteca, and Prince Puma took out Cage, Mundo, and friend of the show, Taya Valkyrie.
Dios Trio.
What? Yes, Dios Trio. What a great match that was. Good God Almighty.
Yeah, God, Taya is...
She's so great. Like, I was so excited when we had her on the show. I wish I could have said something, because I had an idea she was going to be on Lucha, but I was like, nah, we can't. I'm so glad people get to see her now, because...
Is that your breaks in your mind?
Nah, we can't. Those are my breaks. Yeah. I got a couple of Ultima breaks in my brain. Now we can't.
But yeah, so you're saying about Taya, you thought that was going to happen.
She's another story about someone who just put the work in. She's a Canadian who went to Mexico by herself. I mean, go back and listen to the interview. It is a fascinating interview with her. Just look up whatever episode it was with Taya Valkyrie. You'll love it. Went to Mexico by herself. Mm-hmm. Trained, got great, became the first foreign-born women's Mexican champion.
Gave up the maple syrup being delivered to her door.
She did. She's got to import that now. Mm-hmm. And now she gets picked up by Lucha Underground and could not be a better fit for Mundo.
She's perfect.
She really is.
On that show and with Mundo. Absolutely perfect. It's kismet.
She's got her character. I mean, that character is on point.
And together, they're just gigantic assholes.
Yeah, huge assholes.
And it's great. Like, they're smarmy. They're the worst.
When you see those two together, it's just like, ugh.
You son of a bitch.
I mean, there's just anger.
Yeah, you just go, you're so good looking. I hate you both.
Yep.
And you know it. They're the worst, but the best in that regard.
They really are. And of course, Mundo and Cage don't see eye to eye. Cage just doesn't give a damn about anybody but the Machine himself. So Prince Puma, I don't even know what you want to call that splash. He flipped so many times he landed on his back for the pin. So they are moving on in the Trios tournament. Daga made his debut but loses to Tejano. And a creepy segment at the end with Dario Cueto and his brother, the Monster Matanza, to which he requested the death of Mil Muertes.
I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm liking Matanza. I'm liking
super
him.
compelling stuff, man. I mean, the background segments have really stepped it up this season. I mean, they were great last season, but there's more of them. And they're great because they've been establishing the different characters. Yeah. And it was a shame not to see our buddy Famous B this week, but we'll be seeing him soon enough.
Right. He'll be there soon enough.
423-GET-FAME. Seriously, call the number and you'll get a real voicemail.
Let him know that if he wants to get fame, he's got to come on Compadres.
Yeah. Actually, we could get him on. I just got to...
I'm just saying that,
I got to reach out to him.
It wouldn't hurt that if the fans call 423-FAME and let him know that if he wants some fame, come right in the studio. There's chairs. We got chairs.
I want to get him on the show.
Hosts are missing. Come on in.
I know, right? I want to get him on the show and have him call 423-GET-FAME while we're sitting here.
Yeah. Leave a message for himself.
That's right. I've done that. You ever done that? Leave a message for yourself?
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like being a time traveler.
Oh, wait. What kind of messages do you leave?
Well, I leave messages. I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because mine's shameful as well.
Yeah, mine are.
I pretend to be girls that want to go out with me.
Shame him! Shame!
Why? I don't need that.
But another great episode of Lucha Underground. And with that said, why don't we get into the interview with Bray Wyatt? Because we had a great time with him at WrestleMania.
Oh, my God.
He was wearing Stingray boots.
Yeah.
The interview kicks off with us discussing boots because his boots were amazing. And back in October, when we were shooting with Whistle Sports in Dallas, we went to Wild Bill's Western Saloon.
Yes.
And they dressed me up like a legit cowboy, and they put $1,200 boots on my feet.
$1,200 each?
Yeah. And they put tape on the bottom because they didn't want me to scuff them. Because I wouldn't trust myself in boots.
No, I don't.
I could barely walk in those things. I was walking like John Wayne.
You're walking like Maxell, 6 months ago before he knew how to roll.
Exactly. And so I'm talking about these fancy boots that I had to get on, and he was talking to us about his Stingray boots. And so as the interview picks up, that's what we're yamming about.
Right.
And then you so kindly let us know that we were actually already recording.
Oh, that guy is amazing. Like, his presence is one. It's like we talk about with the fans embracing him, but his presence is, you can feel it. You can right? genuinely feel his aura and his warmth as a man, and like his actual excitement.
He's a great dude, and God, I hope the injury's not bad. We don't know what it is yet. They say it's a possible calf injury. That always scares me because the calf leads down into the Achilles. So I'm not going to give any prediction as to what it is. I just really, really hope it was a pull of the gastrocnemius, the calf muscle.
Sure.
And it could be worked out with physical therapy. I hope it's not worse than that. But at the same time, anytime you injure a calf muscle, it's a painful injury to get rehabbed.
Yeah.
And so we really, really hope whatever it is, it does not keep him out long. But we also thought this would be... It's always a great week when you get a chance to talk to Bray Wyatt, and we didn't want to hold out any longer.
This is one of my favorites, flat out.
Without a doubt.
This was so fun.
We didn't want to hold out any longer, so with that said, this is us at WrestleMania weekend with Bray Wyatt. Enjoy! Like, you cannot mess these boots up.
Oh, man.
$1,500 boots. So I basically had to like tiptoe around the store.
People don't trust him with nice things anyway.
No.
What were they made out of to be $1,500?
I think they may have been gator. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a stingray here.
Right?
They're like invulnerable.
Are we even recording?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone knows about your boots.
Are we recording? Okay. My bad. All right.
Endangered species manure is what they are.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what it is.
Seems fine. Yeah.
Peter Hill.
Too expensive for me. I felt guilty wearing them. That was the thing. All right, we're here with Bray Wyatt, and there's nothing else that needs to be said. Let's just get into it.
Let's rock and roll, man. I'm already fired up. I'm still riding that first caffeine buzz.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You just
I'm doing good.
crushed a Red Bull right in front of us. Like, you crushed a Red Bull, put it down the table. I'm ready.
Yeah, I
Didn't even drink it.
Just absorbed all the caffeine.
That was not my Bray Wyatt impression. That was like my Terminator. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, that was more Terminator than
That's
Bray.
fine. That's fine.
I could do a Bray Wyatt. That was
He
not
actually is pretty good, Bray Wyatt. I will say.
I love hearing people do my impressions because
It's awful,
of the
probably.
weird stuff they always say. Like it always starts with like the sun and the moon. And blah, 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 and I'm like,
It sounds like a poem.
Yeah.
The trampoline is filled
Yeah,
with dew.
exactly.
That's not a very good.
Just ridiculously detailed.
It turns into one of those motivational posters with a kitten hanging like, hang in there, kitten.
Now.
That was a little bit of my Bray Wyatt.
That's fair. That's cool. I'm still with it, man.
So let's talk about you, because why not? You're here.
Okay.
Man, your life has been a transformation over the last number of years, but especially over the past, like, say, what, year and a half, 2 years?
Well, as far as
At least, as far as once you arrived on the main roster for NXT.
okay, yeah, maybe the last 4.
That's 4.
That's what. Yeah.
He's not good at time.
Yeah. Me
so
neither.
I feel like WrestleMania 31 was 6 months ago. I have no idea.
That's understandable. Me too.
He also owes a lot in back taxes.
Yeah, he's avoiding the date, actually. Is what
I know a guy.
Oh, man. Don't make me do that impression. That's another one of my favorites. Trust me. One of my favorite all-time Halloween costumes, because it's easy.
Yeah, it really is.
It's really easy.
It really is.
Either that or Right to Censor. I could do either one, the same costume.
Just different socks.
Yeah, I don't think Right to Censors is complete. It doesn't. No.
Definitely not. So, how you feeling, man? I mean, obviously it's going to be, for you, it's a bit of a mysterious WrestleMania, which we don't want to know. We have no idea.
I mean, we do, but we don't.
We have theories.
We have a lot of theories. We got
Yeah.
time.
Oh, I know. That's what to me has been so cool about this is like my past experiences with WrestleMania have been, John Cena and Undertaker, and it's been, and it's been just completely out in the know, as far as where I've been going. But what I've thought was so cool about this WrestleMania is the fact that everyone has gotten a chance to ask why about me, and it's such a rewarding, awesome thing. For me to see, all these people care this much about me. I never expected this like uproar of where is Bray and what is he doing, and it's really shown me people care, and it's been so exciting to see people ask what and why and what is going to happen at WrestleMania. And it's almost become its own, side note here, as where does Bray Wyatt and the Wyatts fit in to WrestleMania, and it will be good, is all I can say.
There you go. And I want to talk to you about, and we all do, just the way you, just the way you speak, but you're unlike any superstar that's honestly ever come before us as far as what you say, how you say it. Did you always know you had this in you?
No, man. No. Like, I still don't know. Like, I don't know what about me appeals to people. And the only thing that I can really attribute it to is I'm genuine. I don't lie. I am what I am. I don't hide from anything. I've always been honest. And through when I found, the Bray Wyatt-esque, character, I was in such a deep depression, and I hated everything, and out of that hatred came the most beautiful thing that I've ever created, and it really, and that's the truth, through my darkest days, I kind of, started talking, doing this, and a lot of people use poetry, I would imagine, and this was my poetry, this was my art. And that's where it came from, man. I started,
Fashion, about Bray and just everything?
Yeah, I started just really feeling like the things I was saying. And I remember it was so powerful. Like at the beginning, I had no idea what it was. But because at the time everyone was such a cartoon, and it was, I'm gonna see you Friday night, and I'm gonna kill you, blah blah blah.
Let me tell you
and
something.
me, I wouldn't even speak about another person. I wouldn't even speak about wrestling. I would just speak about, what I saw in the day, or how I felt about something that had nothing to do with wrestling. And I remember people were just so taken aback by that, And one of those guys, God rest his soul, was legendary Dusty Rhodes. And Dusty Rhodes and Hunter and people like that, they could see between the lines that I was doing something that was virtually unknown.
Transcendent.
Yeah, and it has come along, beautifully, and it's opened the door for other people to be more creative in their careers, as far as, we don't have these molds anymore. NXT has been beautiful about that, you don't have to be this or this or this. You can be whatever you are,
I remember we saw articles over the last couple of years. There was one article specifically that said the best performer on television is in the WWE, and it was an article all about you. Have you been approached about essentially Bray Wyatt could be in movies?
I would think WWE Studios would already be on it. Really?
How are you not a lead in one of their films?
I mean, no, I've never been approached, to be honest, and I don't really care. I like being here. I understand the allure of that, but I don't want anything to ruin what I am here, because this is who I am. Since I was 2 years old, I didn't want to be an astronaut or an NFL football player. I wanted to be here, and I've done it, and why would I do anything to, damage that? Not to say that I won't, in the future, but right now I'm completely content being right where I am.
And growing up in the business, I mean, you've been around it since you were born, essentially.
Yeah.
Did that obviously only motivated you to know that you wanted to be here?
Mm-hmm. It really did. I mean, when you see, your father or your grandfather, go out there and bleed, I think most kids would think of, oh my God, no way, But to me, it was like, oh God, I got to get some of that, and flash forward all these years later, when you walk out and you're in, New Orleans, which is home for me, and I'm getting that cool entrance with the voodoo,
the music,
yeah, like. I remember saying to myself as I was walking down that ramp, you did it, kid. Welcome home. It was just this wonderful full circle thing that I never thought that I would get there. It was taken away so many different ways, and here we are. It was such a reward. Happy moment, man.
And the power of the fireflies or whatever. I mean, that's just such a cool thing to take in, even as a fan. So for you, I can only imagine
And it's so cool with the fireflies too, because I never asked them to do that.
Right.
And so often hear that they try to punch you in the face with repeat. With, phrases or little things. Like they try to tell you what to do, and I never asked them to do that. I never called them the Fireflies. They did that themselves, and that to me is the coolest thing
So
it could have been.
Yeah.
I mean, God, that's awesome.
I gotta ask something that's been, because I had a beard like yours for a period of time, and
Sorry.
the girls didn't want to touch me. So I was wondering, how do you and the Wyatt family eat soup? How do you do it?
I mean, soup is our number one enemy, as you know. Right, especially Harper. Harper has this mustache. It just completely. He doesn't have lips, and it's kind of like it's fun to watch us all eating together because we're all doing it.
You got to straw it.
You
need a ladle to
milkshakes only.
Personally, I steer clear of soup,
right?
And
then
corn
now
on the
ribs.
cob.
You're in Dallas. You have no ribs.
Oh, I'll get through ribs. I don't care.
You'll make the sacrifice.
I don't care. I had some ribs yesterday at some place in Fort Worth by the stockyards. I don't even know what it was called, but it was so good. I wish I could send you that.
I think it was called Beards and Ribs.
Yeah. They go hand in hand.
Yeah. Hot joint right now. Hot joint in that place.
Yeah, man, what a horrible thing, the beard. but also, it's a shame you shaved it off because I think girls just started enjoying them again.
Yeah, they're really in right now.
I don't know how or why that would ever happen.
You have set the path. You set the path for all the comic book nerds, and they go I got to shave this off, and then they see you and they go, Yes, a new leader. Yes.
And I need a pair of white pants.
Oh, the white pants.
Oh,
man.
That's a trick to pull off, too.
What
actually.
a terrible idea that was.
No way. Genius.
You and Armando Estrada with the white pants.
Yeah. I know, you'd be surprised how many people ask me, "Oh, where do you get those?" I don't know, man. Wherever you get white pants.
I would ask too, because every one of us, we grew up with a favorite memory or two, in wrestling, and obviously you probably have a zillion. Is there one that stands out for you as a kid?
It's already
there.
Oh, there I have never been so upset as I was when Papa Shango made that black crap come out of Ultimate Warrior's head.
Oh, wow.
I was so angry. Like, that one, and I remember Jake, tying Macho up and letting the snake bite him. But I hated Macho Man because I like Jake. And so I remember cheering for Jake letting the snake bite Macho.
I'm with you. Jake's my favorite of all time.
Papa Shango, if I could have seen you, I would have tried my best and just break your legs.
It's amazing when stuff happened like that push boundaries. Do you remember when Jake and Ravishing Rick Rude had their feud? I'll never forget. I think it was Challenger Superstars. When Jake came down and pants to Rick Rude and they bleeped it out. As a little kid, I'm like, what just happened? Lost my damn mind. I'm like, he's naked.
Seriously. I remember I've seen my father fight, 1,000 times. And seen him do all kinds of horrible stuff with Undertaker and blah, blah, blah. But when I saw Knobs rub his armpit in my dad's face, I tried to hit the ring. I hated them so much.
Pity City.
Nasty boys.
Pity City.
I hated the Nasty Boys so much. To this day, when I see Knobs, I just want to sock him right in the brain. How dare you, Knobs?
It's great. They grew up in the town next to me in Pennsylvania. I remember when I was a kid, they came back to it for a show downtown Fairgrounds. They hadn't been there in forever. So they get on the mic, huge reaction. They get on the mic and they go, this is the first time we've been in Allentown in 4 years. People go crazy. They go, 4 long years. They go crazier. Then they go, and it still sucks. They throw the mic down. Instant heat. People go, and I was like, those guys are awesome.
Yeah, they really are.
All right, time to wrap it up. You gotta go. You gotta go over the place.
Yeah. Last question, though.
Last question.
Wyatt family, and you mentioned family earlier too. I mean, you do have maybe some other family roaming around in the WWE. Has there ever been talk of folding them in? Getting another Wyatt family member?
Yeah, I can't even tell you how many. Well, in NXT we had, I bet there was a revolving door of 20 Wyatts that no one even knows about really. If you go back and look at some of the FCW stuff, there was 20 of us at least. And it's always been like that, and I think I know that there will be more. It's just a matter of pulling the trigger.
Right. Who's right? Who's right?
That's the thing. That's the beauty. Is you can mold.
You have to throw it back out?
Yeah, well, hey, of course. But I think that's the wrong cliche, it's not necessarily you need to have a gigantic long beard, which has been the trend lately, but anyone can fit. I just have to get a hold of them, and kind of mold, turn clay, So there's my answer. More to come.
More mystery. There's the question. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is a wrap.
That was really fun, man. Thank you.
Soup is the enemy.
Soup is always the enemy. So is that purple bagel that I had sitting in front of us.
I love anybody that indulges my stupid questions.
Yeah. He was into it.
I love it.
And he told us afterwards, he goes, that was a really fun interview. Thanks, guys. We're like, that's what we do.
Oh, yeah, that was really a treat. That was really, really fun. Like, him and Luke Harper have been some of my favorites. And, I say this. This is what I hope that happens if there's any injuries that occur.
Mm-hmm.
That with the Wyatts, when time permits itself, we go back to the compound.
I'd love to do that.
Let's not lose any of this relevance. Let's not lose any of this awesome stuff that's going on with the Wyatts that happened with Rock and Cena at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to the roots of it and go back to the compound and start it up again.
Be reborn.
Yeah, because those segments are amazing. And, I hope, like you're saying, that it's nothing serious.
Look, he's one of the best performers we've seen in years. Bottom line is, and I even mentioned this to him, I don't know if it was before or after we were recording, but I said, he's good enough to be in films and shows just with that character, just being himself alone. He's so captivating and mesmerizing when he really gets into being Bray Wyatt. Not many people can do that.
Yeah, he's in it.
Yeah,
he's fully immersed in it. And then when he's just being himself, you know, he's quick. Like, you know, saying he knows a guy that can help you with your taxes. You know.
Oh my God, that was funny.
The avalanche of laughs that caused, because like, wait, what?
Oh, we got it.
Oh my God, he's quick-witted. It's exactly like what Rock said at WrestleMania, that so many people got so quick to say, like, oh, they buried him. Cena and Rock buried him. Like, oh my gosh, if
I'll
that's
be honest,
what you
at
think.
first it kind of bothered me, but the more I thought about it, I was okay with it.
It's like that was a huge segment. That's the biggest WrestleMania there was, with the Wyatts and Rock and Cena all involved together, and with Rock saying, he repeated it 3 times, saying you got all the skills, you got the charisma, you got the look, you got the beard, saying he's got it all. Just the biggest endorsement in the world for the guy on the biggest stage, for everybody to take notice. And when it comes from The Rock, that's its own title. That's
Certainly
really
is.
its own title.
And we hope he's back soon, along with Luke Harper. So best wishes to them, of course.
We're here.
With that said, Scotty, we did pretty good on our own. I think by popular demand, we're going to be able to stay on the show.
Is that how that works, by popular demand?
I think so, yeah.
So we don't have to win a match or anything like that?
Not that I know of.
So as long as Twitter just says we want this to keep continuing?
We're going to take on Dale and Chuck in a Where Are You match. That's what.
Well, I think we're winning.
I think we're doing okay so far.
Because I don't know how they're going to tag each other in and out.
I have no idea. But with that said, follow Dale Rutledge at The Walking Dale. He will not only be back next week, but I think he might actually be in Los Angeles.
Whoa.
Be in studio with us.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And of course, band is happy.
Yeah, right? Oh, the neighbor's going to be flipping. Oh, my God, I get to get your mail again.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, I get to put the mail up to the ceiling lights. Follow Chuck Rice on Twitter at crice17. We are, of course, at Wrestling Buds on Twitter, facebook.com/WrestlingBuds. Please like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, and also go to iTunes. Give us a 5-star rating, write us a nice review. We'd really appreciate it. Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, if you're in SoCal, make the trip. We had a guy and his family, a listener of the show, he drove all the way. Tracy Henderson, shout out, buddy. They drove all the way from Arizona to go to Coastline Clash, and they said it was well worth it. They had a blast.
That's amazing.
I know, right?
That is really cool. Took the family the whole way there.
He sure did.
Yeah.
And
take that, Disneyland.
The worst part is I wanted to meet him afterwards, but like after the tape was done, I went to the back and didn't realize that I didn't know where he was, and I was like, I didn't get a chance to meet him. But his kids got to meet the hobo.
Oh, cool.
Which is great. So if
what
you're in
about
SoCal,
Jervis Cottonbelly?
I think they met Jervis too.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're in
the most
SoCal,
polite greeting they'd ever gotten.
He is the world's sweetest man.
Oh my God, I'm a huge fan.
He's great. So this weekend, this Sunday, 3 p.m., the Ocean View Pavilion in Port Hueneme. If you're in Southern California, please go. Download the Fight TV app. Make sure you're watching. I really think you're going to enjoy it. And
I'm getting mine.
It's great
I'm doing
too.
it.
And the cool thing is, it's like so many of our friends have been on the show that are part of Championship Wrestling. It's like a big family. And so for me, you know, it's an honor to be able to call the matches, man. I have so much fun doing it with it's Joe Galley and I. And it's just great to be able to now say, hey, you know this thing I always talk about? Now you can watch it.
It's more accessible now.
Yeah, you can even watch it on your big screen if you have an Apple TV or a smart TV.
Exactly, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's like regular TV.
Mm-hmm. So, Scotty, put yourself over.
You can listen to me on Curtain Jerks, my comedy wrestling podcast, available on iTunes and SoundCloud. As I had said, it's our best of interviews show. So we got Stone Cold, Rockstar Spud, John Morrison, and many, many others. ODB. So interviews that we did in the past. So check that out. And you can follow me.
Hell yeah!
Yeah. And follow me on Twitter at Curtain Jerks.
There you go.
And also some, I know On Your Mark. Mm-hmm. There's more episodes coming soon.
Hey.
I'm a podcast journalist, so I found these things out. You know, we've got. I've been told that there's one more PWG episode coming out.
Okay.
And then from there, Marquee Extreme went to WrestleCon.
Wow.
Again this year.
That's gonna be.
There's some names. There's some pretty big names.
So far, I've enjoyed all the episodes of Marquee Extreme with On Your Mark.
It's my favorite thing. It's wrestling and comedy. I love it. So check it out. YouTube.com/OnYourMarkShow. And if you're just so confused, if you can't even handle it, tweet me. I'll send you links.
There you go. I am at Twitter, on Twitter. I'm at Twitter, at Jay Quasto, and also JLoComedy.com. Some big shows coming up.
Big show?
Not the big show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute, player.
Wednesday, April 27th, I am headlining the Improv in Brea. It's a really big night. I'm very excited for it. So if you're anywhere in Southern California, hit me up. I will give you a way to get some tickets. So please come out to that. May 26th. As you know, I do a lot of stuff with the Children's Hospital and with the blood drives. Well, me and my comedy buddies have joined forces with an amazing charity called the Regular Hero Foundation, and we've just made it official. Our comedy show is going to be Thursday night, May 26th at the world famous Comedy Store. The lineup's going to be amazing, and we're going to raise money for kids and their families who are in need, who are battling various illnesses, and this is going to become a regular thing. So now we are part of the Regular Hero. I can now proudly say Regular Hero is my foundation. I'm all part of the team. We've joined forces for good. And it's pretty awesome. So go to regularhero.org or just hit me up on social media if you want to go to the show. I strongly urge you to do that. And East Coast, I'm coming back in June. Wednesday, June 15th, I'm headlining the Arts Quest in Bethlehem. That's the show I do, my Christmas show every year. But I'm going to be home in June. So, going to headline a night.
Women wrestlers come out.
Yeah.
Let them know that you're the shining star of Bethlehem.
That's right.
Pennsylvania.
Show up June 5th at Arts Quest. Of course, you can go to Arts Quest go to their website or just hit me up on social media. I'd love to see you there as well. So with that said, for all of us here in the Wrestling Compadres Slamcast universe, I think it's been a pretty damn good show. What do you think?
I think so. Thank you, Jervis Cottonbelly, and thank you, Bray Wyatt.
Thank you, Bray Wyatt. Thank you, Jervis. And thank you, everybody. We love you, and we will see you next week.